Think about the last time you were caught in a true heatwave. That heavy, suffocating air that feels like a physical weight on your chest. You're sweating, your head is throbbing, and your first instinct is to scramble for the nearest air-conditioned room or a fridge full of ice-cold water. But now, I want you to strip all of that away. No fans, no electricity, no plastic bottles. Imagine you are standing in the middle of the East African savanna 100,000 years ago. The sun is a relentless hammer, the temperature is climbing past 100 degrees, and there isn't a single cloud in the sky. Biologically, we shouldn't be here. Most mammals have fur to protect them, or they're nocturnal to avoid the sun entirely. Yet, our ancestors didn't just survive the heat, they conquered it. In fact, some scientists believe that our ability to handle extreme heat is the very reason we became the dominant species on Earth. Today, we're looking at the high-stakes engineering of the human body and the weird, ingenious ways our ancestors stayed cool when the world was on fire. To understand how we survived, we first have to understand why heat is so deadly. Your brain is essentially a very expensive, very sensitive computer. If its core temperature rises just a few degrees too high, the proteins start to unfold. It's called denaturation, and it's as scary as it sounds. So, how did we avoid cooking our brains? It started with a trade-off. About 2 to 3 million years ago, our ancestors started losing their thick body hair. This was a massive gamble. We lost our protection against the cold and our defense against scratches. But in exchange, we gained something no other primate has: millions of eccrine sweat glands. Most animals, like dogs or lions, have to pant to cool down. It's a slow, inefficient process that requires them to stop moving. But humans, we became leaky animals. We developed the ability to coat our entire skin in a thin layer of water. As that water evaporates, it carries the heat away from our blood. We turned our entire bodies into a giant radiator. This leads us to one of the weirdest historical details of our evolution: persistence hunting. Because we could sweat while moving, we became the most dangerous endurance runners on the planet. Imagine a group of early humans spotting a kudu. The kudu is faster. It can bolt away in seconds, but it can't sweat. Every time it runs, its body temperature spikes. Our ancestors would simply keep walking. They'd track it through the midday sun, the very time when every other predator was hiding in the shade. The kudu would run, stop to pant, and just as its heart rate began to drop, those humans would appear on the horizon again. They didn't need to be faster, they just needed to be cooler. Eventually, the animal's heart would literally give out from heatstroke. We didn't hunt with just spears, we hunted with our sweat glands. But sweating requires a massive amount of water, sometimes up to several liters a day in extreme heat. How did they find it in a wasteland? Archaeologists have found fascinating evidence of ancient canteens. In places like the Deep Kloof rock shelter, they've discovered ostrich eggshells dating back 60,000 years. These weren't just for food, they were engraved with patterns and used as portable water flasks. Our ancestors would bury these bottles filled with water along their travel routes, creating a prehistoric network of hidden water stations. And then there's the clothing. It seems counterintuitive, but the real reason we started wearing certain fabrics wasn't just for warmth. In the desert, loose-fitting skins or woven fibers acted as a shield, preventing the sun from hitting the skin directly while still allowing air to circulate and evaporate sweat. They were essentially wearing their own personal shade. When we look at our lives today, we see heat as an inconvenience, something to be managed with a thermostat. But when you feel that beads of sweat forming on your forehead during a summer job, you're experiencing a biological superpower that was perfected over millions of years. We didn't survive the heat by hiding from it. We survived by evolving to step out into it when no one else could. We are the survivors of the sun, built to keep moving when the world gets hot. So, the next time you complain about a broken AC, just remember, you are carrying the most advanced cooling system ever designed. You just have to be willing to get a little bit leaky. Thanks for watching Original Logic. If you want to know more about the science behind the things we take for granted, make sure to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.